Hello.
Wow, we don't do this for 2 weeks. We already forget how to do it.
Now we are on to season 2 of our podcast, the Marvel Movies podcast, which I had a brain fart and forgot the name of, but don't worry about that. So we are back after a little bit of a break of doing this, and hold on. Excuse me.
That was impressive.
No, so kicking off this episode very, very strong. We are going to be reviewing today The Amazing Spider-Man, starring Andrew Garfield, which came out in 2012, like I think like a couple months after Avengers did. Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to be kicking off with a new Spider-Man series, because the old one got canceled for some fucking reason, I guess. I don't know why. And that's what I think is pretty interesting, you know, that like it was only like a few years after Spider-Man 3 that they just said, you know, fuck it, and then rebooted it.
Fuck it, let's do another one.
Yeah. And I mean, 3 did suck.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I think it was a good idea. And then we got to this movie. It was actually really good.
Yeah.
Just, you know, against what everyone says, it's actually a really good movie.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be as good as it was.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I had watched it, probably a couple months ago, and I loved it. And then coming back into it again, I loved it again. So, but the next one, the Amazing Spider-Man 2, is not as good.
Yeah, that one, I know I don't like that one. But this one, it was like, because I watched it like a few times, like 1.5 times. Like the first time was the halftime, so I fell asleep. Then I watched it like before I saw No Way Home, and I was like, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's alright. And then this time I was like, damn, what the fuck? Why is this really good?
It got better.
Yeah. So it was just whack, because I didn't expect it to like get better. I was like, oh, I'll probably just feel the same. But no, it's like, oh, no, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So, like, much better than all 3 of the like original Spider-Man movies, which I didn't expect.
It really is much better. And I don't know if it's definitely has better characters.
Oh my fucking god, yeah. Like,
So
everything about it was just so much fucking.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, this feels like an actual movie, like compared to the other ones, which just felt like, I don't know, like parodies of Spider-Man, if that makes sense. You know, like it's probably like blasphemy to say or some shit. I don't know if we're gonna get flamed for that, but I don't know. Those didn't really feel like Spider-Man movies. Like they did, but they didn't. So like this one felt like a movie, so it was whack.
Yeah.
But yeah, so actually recently, there's been stuff talking about Spider-Man 4, and it was supposed to come out at around like the time that this one did. It was supposed to have like the Vulture and shit and Mysterio or something. And actually, I forget his name, but they did have a Vulture actor ready, and they had like a sculpt for him. John Malkovich, yeah, he was gonna be Vulture. And I don't know why. There's definitely a story out there, but for some reason they're like,
never mind.
yeah, all right, fuck it, scrap it, reboot it instantly. And it's just like, I don't know of many like series where like they reboot in such a short amount of time.
I think most of the series I've seen don't, reboot 3 times. So
Exactly, it's just really weird.
yeah, it's I don't know, but it gets away with it somehow, and no one cares that they reboot it.
Yeah.
But it works.
Like, the only other series I can think of is, like, James Bond and shit. Because they have, like, new ones, like, new actors every other movie. But this time it's like, it's a lot of Spider-Men.
Yeah.
So whack. I don't know. But, yeah, so this movie, actually, first off, the budget. So, this one had, like, pretty high budget, $230 million, which is pretty high, because the first Spider-Man movie had 139, and Spider-Man 2 had 200, Spider-Man 3 had 250, which I think is weird, because Spider-Man 3 had 250 and still looked like shit, and this one had 230 and looked
pretty good.
Yeah. And it's weird because, like, I'm trying to think about the CGI in the third one. And
Don't.
yeah, I know, but like they had like Venom, Sandman, and shit.
Yeah.
And sure, those are tough to do, I guess. But this one had like the lizard.
Yeah.
And he looked much better on such a smaller
Yeah.
budget. So
Yeah. Well, obviously there's a time gap between the two, so
Yeah.
it makes sense. But like, it's funny to look at how much better this one looks with a smaller budget.
yeah,
So
that's what I'm saying. It's like, wow, that's insane. I
yeah.
don't know. But yeah, sorry, I'm drinking my Sprite cranberry. But yeah, so I think we should start off with the positives.
Yeah,
What's your first positive?
Well, I think Andrew Garfield does a much better job than Tobey Maguire. I think he really captures what Spider-Man is. Like, he's actually smart in this movie. We actually get to see him do science stuff. That too.
Yeah.
And like, he's also like quick-witted and he's funny.
Like actually funny.
Yeah, I know. It is such like a huge step up from what Tobey Maguire did where he was like all serious and stuff like that.
Oh boy, yeah.
But Andrew Garfield does a way better job at capturing Spider-Man than Tobey
Definitely.
Maguire does. So
And that was like the only. Wow, dog, you gotta be so loud. That was like the only thing I knew going into this was like, okay, I know Andrew Garfield's a great actor. I know that he was the best part of all these movies. Even 2. I didn't like 2, but he was still good in it.
oh yeah.
And that's why when people say, like, oh, he's such a shitty Spider-Man, I'm like, no, his movies were not the best. I mean, 2 isn't the best.
Yeah.
But, like, acting-wise, it's like, no, he's like, so much fucking better than Tobey Maguire. Like, it's no contest.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it's funny how people think Tobey Maguire's the best one when he doesn't even capture what Spider-Man is.
Yeah, like all 3 of his movies, excuse you, Bob, all 3 of his movies, he's just like the same person. Like, it's like, oh yeah, oh boy.
Oh boy,
No, don't say that.
You're not funny.
Yeah.
You're just creepy.
Yeah, seriously. And that's the thing, like when he was when he broke into that car, not when he broke into that car, when some guy broke into a car and he came out and started like beating the shit out of him. That was fucking funny.
Oh yeah. And somehow he's even more Batman than Batman is.
Seriously. It was just really funny when he was webbing that guy. He was gonna fucking rape him, it seemed like, but it was still funny.
Yeah.
But like that whole scene was funnier than anything Tobey Maguire did, like intentionally. Like, he was funny unintentionally.
Yeah.
But like when he tried to make jokes, it was like, what the fuck? Like, I can't even think of a good one that he did. Like the only thing I could think of was when he was like, "Oh yeah, Gobby, ho ho, I'm Spider-Man." It's just like he didn't.
It's funny because the only good jokes of the first Spider-Man were not even from Spider-Man himself.
Yeah.
Like, the funniest one is like, "Oh, he stole that guy's pizza." That is like one of the funniest lines in that movie, and it's not even from Spider-Man.
No. And it's so funny. And people like online like slam these movies and shit.
Yeah.
And like say like, oh man, they're too dark and gloomy and serious. And watching this one, I'm like, it's not at all. Like, it's still lighthearted. Like, sure, it's darker than the other ones, but just like that's like saying that like, oh, Disney, yeah, that's like saying Disney World is darker than Disneyland. It's like, where it's not that, it's not that fucking much. Yeah. So I don't know. Like, it's not like, sure, there's more death and shit, more blood in this one, but
how many people die? I think only one, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
just
so
for
like,
dead, I think. So I don't.
Bro gets impaled. Oh my god, it's so dark.
Yeah, I know. It's like, yeah, that was sad, but like,
that's a superhero movie.
Yeah,
Someone
I know.
has to die.
Yeah,
oh yeah, and Uncle Ben.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're that guy.
Oops.
Whoopsies.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, he does a fantastic job. And the suit, like, I don't know. Like, it seemed okay this time. I remember the first time I watched it, I didn't really like it. This time it kind of, like, seemed okay. Like,
Yeah.
it was alright.
Yeah, I think the only problem I have with it is the eyes, because they're yellow and not white.
Yeah.
Which I know that gets fixed in the next movie, which I like his suit in the next movie much better than this one, but
Yeah.
the suit in this one isn't that bad,
No,
actually.
it's not awful.
I remember, like, the scene where he's like, oh, it's all spandex. I'm like,
Yeah.
I,
It's spandex. It's all spandex.
I didn't like looking at those pictures.
Yeah, it's like, okay, buddy. But again, it's so funny looking at all the Spider-Man. It's like, how the fuck do they make this shit? Like, that's a high-tech, how the fuck?
I know. It's like, oh, now he magically knows how to sew.
Yeah, it's like,
mean,
oh, okay.
I mean, he's a scientist, but like, sewing's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. And I liked how this was the first Spider-Man movie where, like, he actually had to make web shooters and shit. Like, he didn't just have it. Like, he had to make it. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, and I think I might be wrong, but I know I don't know. I think people didn't like it because he didn't create the web fluid. He stole it from the Oscorp and then reinvented it.
Yeah.
Instead of, like how Tom Holland Spider-Man does it. Like, he actually makes it himself.
Mm-hmm.
But I had no problem with it.
No, I didn't have a problem with it because, like, I know that he took it off. It was based on, like, an airplane thing of, like, the string where, like, it would hold stuff together. But, like, he just was like, oh, I'm a spider, so I'm going to make it into webs and stuff.
Yeah.
So technically he did, like, repurpose it for himself.
Yeah.
But
Because I think it was, like, it's stronger than steel or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And
Like,
that makes sense why he used it. Because it's like, oh, this is super strong. It can hold my weight.
yeah, so, like, if I, like, whip onto something, it's not just gonna fucking break. Like,
Yeah.
like, I'll be okay. So,
Yeah. And
that was cool.
Also, there was that scene where he's, it's that kind of montage of him learning how to do the web shooters and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's, like, following the two nerds talking about how the swinging works. And
that
he's
was
like,
funny.
Yeah. So it shows that he's, like, learning, but he's also really smart.
Yeah.
So it was really much better to see his scientist side, because that's what he really is. He's a scientist.
Yeah.
Instead of where Tobey Maguire's just creepy photographer dude.
Yeah, seriously.
Where in this one he still is kind of creepy because he just takes pictures of Gwen.
Yeah.
But it's
not
not
as
as creepy.
yeah.
Where he just stares at MJ
Through
through
the
a
window.
window.
Yeah. Exactly.
So,
And that's something too that, like, my favorite's still Tom Holland. I still like him better. But, like, seeing, like, the science side, like, Tom Holland isn't really, like, doesn't come across as that smart, really.
Well, I think it's because Tom Holland had all the Tony Stark stuff.
Guess we didn't have to do anything himself,
Yeah.
pretty much, yeah.
He was just given what he, had. Well, when he started, he was making his web stuff. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's the thing,
that
he's
part-
smart because he
yeah.
made that himself. But,
it's
like,
just not represented as well.
yeah, because, like, throughout this whole movie, I'm like, yeah, this Peter Parker is really fucking smart. But, like, I did, like, watching this one, I kind of like this movie better than Homecoming, I think. But, like,
Oh, yeah. I definitely
yeah,
like it better than Homecoming.
but, like, watching, like, that one, like, it's like, yeah, he doesn't really do a lot of science in the whole trilogy, really.
Yeah.
Like, the only times where he really does is, like, the beginning of Homecoming when he's making the web fluid, and then, like, at the end, not towards, in No Way Home, when he's helping to fix the villains. But I was like, whoa, you know how to do all that shit now? Cool.
Yeah.
So it's just weird how, like they never, like, this is, like, the only one that was able to get, like, the science side of him down, because he's, like, really fucking smart. So I thought that was cool to see.
Oh, also, I think in the next one, in the second one, he has to, like, re-engineer his webs so they don't burn because of Electro.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's also cool to see that, because he has to, change his stuff to adapt, I guess.
Yeah.
So it shows that he's really smart and he knows what he's doing. So
Yeah, that's really cool. But yeah, he's just does a fantastic job. Like, it's just I didn't expect to like him this
Oh.
much, because I when he was in No Way Home, I loved him in that one.
Oh,
He was my
yeah.
favorite Spider-Man out of everyone in that movie. I was like, holy shit, they fucked this dude up so bad. Like, damn, he would have been perfect, but like the
Yeah.
writers fucked him up. It's like I was excited to watch it because I'm like, oh yeah, now that I've seen No Way Home, maybe my opinion will change. And yeah, it did. So he's like really good.
Oh yeah,
so.
he is. He really is good at Spider-Man.
Yeah, so that was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Gwen Stacy, much better. So fucking leagues better than fucking MJ.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
holy shit.
Right, that's literally the next thing I had.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's way better than MJ was.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't fuck everyone she sees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really all. That's all you need to do better. Is
Yeah. Not be a whore.
But yeah, she's also funny. Like at the beginning where she's talking to Flash about his tutoring.
I'm disappointed in you.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm. Like, she was really good, and like she was smart too. Like, she actually contributed to the plot.
Oh yeah.
Because like MJ got fucking kidnapped. Like every movie, it's like, oh, get fucked. But like Gwen just helped. Like, she helped make the
Antidote.
the cure and stuff. So
yeah, like MJ should be doing is like helping. Like that's their whole thing is that they help each other.
yeah,
But this one shows that it's not even MJ.
yeah, exactly. So,
and like it is Emma Stone, right?
Yeah.
No, okay. Yeah. So Emma Stone, she does a really good job at playing Gwen, and I remember seeing like if they were to do like the Spider-Gwen stuff, that they would want her back, and like everyone wanted her back.
I hope so. Like,
Yeah, because you don't want to change that because she's like much better than the
Yeah.
Gwen from the first one.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about that version. Like, this one, like, curb stomps that Gwen.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
no offense to Bryce Dallas Howard, she's a great actress,
Yeah.
but she did no, no.
Not as good.
No. So like Emma Stone like fucking knocks it out of the park there too.
Oh,
like
yeah.
she's awesome. Like, it's like that's how you do a love interest pretty
Yeah,
much.
like she's her own character, not
Yeah.
just the love interest.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just so interesting, like having her be an actual character. Because like, oh my god, Spider-Man movies can have actual characters. Wow, no. So
Yeah.
it was cool.
One of the funniest scenes is like they finish kissing. He has to go. He jumps off the building.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be in so much trouble."
Yeah. It's like, imagine watching that out of context.
Man commits suicide.
Man,
Damn
I'm in
it.
trouble. But yeah, she did a really good job, and I liked. Like, I don't know if they were dating like in real life, but it seems like they were, because like they had like amazing chemistry together and stuff.
Yeah,
so
they did.
so good for them. Like they did like those two together. Like they were great like by themselves, but like when they were together, it was like, you guys have so much chemistry. The scene, we'll get to those in the mix, because I didn't really like when they were too lovey-dovey to each other.
Yeah, I mean, but it's
It
kinda
made
has
sense,
to be
but
there.
like when like they were like going off for like 5 minutes, like, oh, I don't, okay, it's like, shut the fuck up. This is fucking telling.
All right, we get it.
Yeah, exactly. But like again, Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst were like, no, not no good.
beat wife.
Yeah, pretty much. Regrets. So those two together just, no, they didn't match at all. And this one, again, like, it seems like the PS4 game like took a lot of inspiration from this pretty much, because like in the game, like, again, Peter and MJ have like such great chemistry, and again, these two have such great chemistry in this one. So it's like, yeah, they definitely were writing very well for those two compared to the last one. It's just so, again, sorry to keep comparing to the last one, but you kind of have to, because it's just like, it just shows how much better that they handle everything in this one.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, the scene where he throws her out the window. That's like perfect.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw her out the window now.
Foreshadowing how she dies.
Yeah. It's like, oh wait, not yet.
You can see her like bend completely.
Oops.
But yeah, like all the scenes are just hilarious.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like funny, actually funny.
Yeah,
So.
and it's great that they can like balance the serious stuff and the funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like, Lizard is a very dangerous threat, but he's still like joking around with it.
But it makes sense the way he's doing it. So
yeah, it's really good.
Mm-hmm. And again, going back to the humor of like Marvel, like in like now they can't balance the seriousness and the humor anymore. Like Love and Thunder, I did think that wasn't a bad movie.
No,
but like the comedy was so fucking terrible. So it's like, oh yeah, Gore the God Butcher's coming. He's gonna kill all the kids. Let's just make 30 jokes about it. It's like, I don't know. So like
child murder.
Yeah,
haha, funny.
Pretty much. Like they can't balance like the humor and the series. This one I think did a perfect job of balancing both. So
yeah, and Tom Holland I think is not as funny as Andrew Garfield is, but he's still much better than Tobey Maguire. So he's able to throw a little bit of comedy in there, but it's just not the same.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it. So
yeah, after watching this movie, I think like I like them both like the same.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like they're both two different Spider-Men, but I still like them both the same. Like I don't prefer one over the other when I'm thinking about it. It's like, I don't know, like Tom Holland was my favorite, but like after watching like No Way Home and this one, it's like, yeah, they're both kind of like tied for me.
Yeah.
Of like good casting, so.
Yeah, like this is like one of my favorite Spider-Man movies. I think it's my favorite. So
yeah.
Like where Tom Holland's is cool because he works into a story, but like this one standalone is like the best Spider-Man movie. So
yeah,
I'm people are probably gonna hate me for that, but I'm right.
Shut up, I'm right. No, I get you. Like that, he does a really nice job by himself and stuff. Like he can have a scene all to himself. Like and when he saved that kid from the car, like that was cool.
Oh yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, because he's struggling with it too. It's like, hey, come on, but a little bit faster.
Yeah. But he's doing it in a nice way. Like that was, he's like, hey, put on the mask. It'll give you superpowers and shit.
Yeah, he knew how to calm him down. It's like he's smart.
Yeah. Like he was dope.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he just, I don't know, like it was just like, damn,
much better than that car of kids and MJ.
Yeah, like what the fuck, did he ever inspire kids at all? Like I mean, I know that they were like, oh my god, I love Spider-Man, but like they didn't show anything about it, except when he saved that little Asian girl in like the second movie, I think. But even that, it was him, it wasn't like Spider-Man, it was just him. So it's like
oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of, it was a weird scene, like at the end where they lined up all the cranes. I was like, okay, like it makes sense. I understand. Like give him a clear path, but he can just swing on the other buildings right next to it. But it was really cool to see like the people actually wanted to help him.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they saw that he was like hurt, so they wanted to help him save the city. So like showing that he had a following, like he actually made an impact on people. Yeah. Was like really cool to see, because they don't do that in the first Spider-Man, where all they do was give him the parade and key to the city stuff, where it doesn't really feel like they care. It's just like, oh, celebrate him.
Yeah.
Then,
why?
what does he do?
Yeah.
He's just a superhero.
Yeah, pretty much. He's just a guy who's in the city, but this one, it's like, oh yeah, like his impact is felt. Yeah. And not in like a good way most of the time. Like Captain Stacy's like, I'm gonna fucking kill this guy all the time. So it's like he makes an impact in like a negative way, but like I don't know.
Yeah, well it at first it makes sense why, because he's just hunting these people and not really helping the city. But once he's facing up against the Lizard, he actually he saved a kid. Yeah. And then saved the city. So he wasn't going on like a revenge path, which one thing that I don't like is that they don't finish that.
Yeah, he never finds together.
I I don't remember if they do it in the next movie, which I don't think they do, but like they just kind of drop that, which is, but it doesn't really. I think it might have been for the best because the movie was great. It's just they kind of left that open. Like that guy's still out there. He didn't find him, so.
And that's something that, like, I think is kind of, like, character development, I think. Because I've seen, like, videos of people talking about this movie. And where it's, like, they don't like how, like, he went on, like this Spider-Man's evil. Because he went on, like, a revenge thing to kill the guy who killed his uncle. And I'm like, yeah, in the beginning he's like that.
Yeah, and it's funny because Tobey Maguire's one did that. Like, how is this movie darker than that?
I know. It's like he actually killed the guy. I mean, he didn't kill the guy. He tripped, but...
Yeah, it still killed the guy.
Yeah, he still pretty much killed the guy. So it's like in this one, like, yeah, at first he, like, goes to, like, beat the shit out of these guys. Like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. But, like, as he goes on, he realizes, like, oh, maybe I can do good instead. Maybe I don't need to just do this and kill this guy. Maybe I can, like, do good and stuff. And once, like, he finds a bunch of criminals, he's like, oh, I'm good at this. So maybe I can, like, make an actual change and stuff, especially once he saves that kid. I'm pretty sure he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this now. So it's like it's character progression. Like he starts off with the goal of like killing that criminal, but then like after he stops a bunch of other criminals, he's like, oh, I'm gonna keep doing this now. So I think
it's the better way to do it.
Yeah,
like, I think when he talked to Captain Stacy, he realized that maybe what I'm doing right now isn't helping.
Yeah.
So he like changes his ways to actually help the police instead of just
fuck you. Yeah.
So.
So yeah, I think it does a really good job conveying that and stuff.
Yeah.
So speaking of more character development, Uncle Ben did have some actual good, because he was in the movie for a considerable amount of time before he died.
Yeah.
Because again, in the first Uncle Ben, he was just like, "Hey, kiddo, you're not my dad." Oh, dies. Yeah. So it was, again, Uncle Ben's death I didn't like because it was kind of dumb. Like
in
the
this
dude,
one?
yeah, because the dude just dropped the gun.
Hey,
It's like,
I'll go for the gun.
yeah, it's like, huh?
That's when you run the other fucking way. Like I liked Uncle Ben, but when he died, I didn't really like feel an impact.
Yeah.
Maybe because it was supposed to happen, so you already knew it was gonna happen. You're like, oh well, bye.
Yeah, pretty much.
But like he had some wise words, but it wasn't with great power comes great responsibility, which was like,
Yeah.
You kind of left out his whole thing, but all right.
He said responsibility once. It's like, oh, you almost said it.
Yeah, and like he, like I like how he held Peter responsible for things, like he didn't show up to like pick up. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Just the top thing.
Oh.
Anyway, like when he didn't pick up Aunt May or whatever, and she had to walk home, like he was yelling at him because obviously, but Peter could have handled that better and said, "Oh, I was, doing my future. I was actually learning stuff." So,
yeah, because like he wasn't doing anything. He was with Dr. Connor, so it's like, bro, just say, "Hey, I was
just
with Dr.
call
Connor."
Him back and say, "Oh, sorry, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I gotta."
Or just say, "Hey, Uncle Ben, talk to him. Hey, this the fucking guy." Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but it was all the voicemail that he left. Like Peter at the beginning couldn't finish it, and then by the end he could, and like. That was emotional because he died and he never finished his last message or whatever, and now he can, and he gets closure, I guess, which could obviously show like character development. Like he gave up on the criminal that killed him, not gave up, but he didn't want to kill him anymore. So like that,
he just accepted it. That happened. My bad.
So it's like really. Uncle Ben was a really good character in this movie,
and he much better actor. Martin Sheen, much better actor too. So no offense to the other guy, rest in peace. But This one just did much better. And again, he's a Sheen, which is he's Charlie Sheen's dad. So and those guys are all good actors. So it's like they did a good job. But yeah, like the one thing, just his death was very like dumb.
Yeah.
And like, because in the first one it made sense why he got gunned down and stuff. In this one, it's like the dude who killed him wasn't like evil or anything. He just robbed a place and gave Peter his fucking chocolate milk and was like, all right, bye.
Not my balls.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny. But like, it was just like, if you see a guy drop a gun in front of you who's just running away, I'm not gonna go for the fucking gun. I'm gonna be like, oop, okay, keep on fucking going. I ain't stopping you. And like, if you didn't do that, he wouldn't have died. Because the dude definitely wasn't trying to fucking kill him. And once he got shot, he was like, oh, fuck. And I ran away. Like, he didn't mean to do it.
He didn't mean to shoot him. He was struggling to get the gun back.
Yeah, he was definitely like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? Like, oh my god. Ah! Yeah, it's like, again, who knows? Like, he might have, like, had a license to that gun. So it's like, if anyone dropped a gun in front of me, I wouldn't be like, oh no, I gotta grab the fucking gun. I'd be like, oh, okay. So that's just the one thing where it's like, Uncle Ben definitely didn't have to die.
Yeah, like, and I know they talked about, like, how his father was like, if I could help someone, I had a moral responsibility to do that. So I wonder if that's what he was doing. It's like, he just robbed that place. I'll help him because I can. But can't and fucking died.
Yeah.
But, like, it kind of shows that, he has his idea of what's good, and that's what he tried to do. He just tried to follow his morals, I guess. Yeah. And it got him killed because it was dumb as fuck. But he wanted to help. So. Yeah,
I get that. Yeah, but he did good. And all the action and stuff too.
Oh yeah,
super dope.
Definitely, because like I'm trying to think, like his swinging was kind of weird because it wasn't as fluid as you would think. Yeah. But also he just started, so
makes sense.
And like, I feel like the two swinging scenes were one where he was like just starting with his web shooters and he fucking jumped off the roof and then landed on a chair, where he was just flailing the whole time.
And there's no people on the street somehow
in New York.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And then the second time he was shot in the leg. So I feel like those are the only two real scenes we see him swinging. So, and it makes sense why he'd be flailing everywhere.
After getting shot. So makes sense.
But he does really do, like, that animation is, it's really smooth. Like, you can't really tell that it's animated. And then, like, when he's fighting the lizard in the school, like...
Yeah, that was
like, especially in the Stan Lee scene where the table comes flying out of his, like, almost hits him.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, I really like that one. That one was really good.
Yeah, and like when he was like crawling all around a lizard like a spider. Like,
that was funny.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, and then he throws MJ out a window.
Yeah,
not MJ.
I was gonna say not MJ, but yeah. But yeah, like all of it was really, and there wasn't like a lot of action, but there's still enough where it was like entertaining and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Like, and then in the final battle, I guess I don't really remember much of Spider-Man's swinging and fighting in that one, but I remember like the shotgun and stuff. Yeah, like. Yeah, shoot his hand. Not his head, his hand. The one that's gonna fall off later.
That was funny.
But it was... the end scene was really good. Because it showed, like, they can work together, and then he fucking dies. Yeah. That tells him to leave Gwen out of it, and he's like,
don't fuck my daughter.
I'm gonna break that promise.
Yeah. Those are the best kind. Oh, that was funny. Yeah. But yeah, I did like Captain Stacy, though. I thought he
was good.
Yeah. Like, he was basically like the J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
This one. But, like, different character, of course. But I think he did a pretty good job. Again, Dennis, I forget his last name. I know his first name's Dennis. He was
just
in like because he was in like this Christmas movie, The Ref, that I watched, and he was good in that. He was like a fucking robber in that one. He was funny, but he's a good actor, so like he did a good job. And his death was like oh damn, that kind of sucks. Like, and then like when Spider-Man like screamed at the end. It's like, oh yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was emotional and it was cool.
And then like he showed up to the funeral, but Gwen didn't know.
Yeah.
So that was sad because he's actually respecting his wishes and like staying away from her
for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, for 2 seconds, but he still did it.
Yeah.
To show that he actually did care. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then he's like, "No, I want to fuck." I'm sorry.
It's the only one that I'm gonna get.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. But yeah, I thought that was their relationship was sweet. So it's like I'm glad they got together.
Yeah,
I mean, not for long, but but it was cool.
No spoilers or anything, but
she died. But yeah, do you have any other positives?
Let's see. Oh yeah, the lizard. We didn't talk about him. Yeah, he was like him as a bad guy was. It made sense because the serum or whatever it was messing with his head. So
yeah.
It made sense why he was like crazy.
Yeah.
And wanted to kill everyone because his like research was being taken. So all that was. But, he's like, becomes like, oh, all the humans are inferior to me.
Need to make them lizards.
Become the lizard people. But Dr. Connors, like, before that, was actually a really good...
Yeah, I liked him.
Because he was, like, a mentor to Gwen and Peter, kind of.
Yeah, because he worked with his dad.
Yeah. And then, like, it was really cool to see how... I don't know where I'm going with this. But he was a really good actor.
Good to see him as a mentor.
Yeah. Because, and like, the change. Well, I've realized that most of Spider-Man's villains are people that were close to him at some point, which is funny.
Yeah.
But, oh yeah, the poor Peter Parker.
That was the funniest part of the movie. Poor Peter Parker.
No mom, no dad, no
bitches.
It's also funny how he put no uncle in there. It's like, oh god,
it's like names.
You didn't have to go that hard, man.
But that was so fucking funny.
Yeah. It was also like it was kind of weird how they revealed his identity so quickly. Peter's, I mean.
Yeah.
Because
property of Peter Parker, bro. You put your name on your fucking camera.
Left it there.
Yeah, I know. It's like okay.
And I don't know if it was like subtle or just completely forgot about it, but like when the lizard attacked, Peter just went full in at the school.
Yeah.
Without his mask or anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he realized that I left my camera. He probably knows who I am now.
Yeah.
Or they just didn't care.
Yeah, or he's like, ooh, I'm gonna beat his ass anyway. He'll never suspect that Spider-Man.
Like, it was kind of weird, but it there's a way that would make sense, so I'm not completely, freaking out over it.
Yeah.
So, it made sense. So.
Yeah. I had Dr. Connors and positive because I thought he was fine. The lizard itself I had kind of mixed because he was kind of just like, I don't know if he was the right villain for this movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, I feel like there should have been like a smaller scale instead of just suddenly the lizard trying to turn everybody into lizards. Like, that was kind of weird. I still think it was fine for the movie, but I feel like, because this one feels more grounded than the other three, so I feel like they should have started off with like a more grounded. I don't know what villain they would do, but like a villain who's like not trying to turn everybody into lizards. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But I still thought the lizard himself was fine.
Oh yeah,
like,
and the CGI was really good.
It was really good.
You could, there was points where you're like, oh yeah, well that's obviously CGI, but like. Most of the time you could barely tell, and it was really good.
Yeah, I mean, I do wish he had, like, the snout, because he kind of looked like a fucking Goomba from the Mario Bros. Movie, but, I mean, for the most part, he was fine.
Yeah. Just a flat face.
Yeah, that was kind of weird, but... I don't know. But, yeah. What others you got?
Well, I was gonna say, like, it is cool to see his parents at the beginning. I thought that was pretty cool. Well, damn. Like, it was cool to see his parents because, you know, you don't see it as much.
Yeah.
You barely see that. So it was a little cool thing to see, and how they just fucking left him.
Yeah.
They're like,
Fuck you.
okay, you're gonna stay here for a while. Bye.
Never comes back.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And does he know that they're dead? Like, I'm assuming they think that they're dead because they didn't come back. But, like, do they know what happened to them?
Oh yeah, there was a scene where there was like a news article of the plane crash. Or
Gotcha.
So they do know what happened.
Cool.
But I think they don't want to go full in on elaborating what happened. But I know they brought up, remember what happened to Parker or whatever the fuck his first name is. Do you want that to happen to you?
Yeah.
When they're talking to Dr. Connors. So, like, there's some mystery behind it, but you know, like, they don't fully elaborate, which I think they go into next movie because Norman Osborn is actually in that movie.
Yeah.
So he actually.
Oh yeah, I forgot they mentioned him in this one. Yeah, that was the whole reason he was doing the cure in the first place, because they're like, oh, we gotta save Norman Osborn because he's dying. It's like, ooh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. I mean, his dad's really bad at hide and seek. Like,
yeah, Dad, come here. Oh, gotcha, bitch.
I fooled you again.
Yeah. That was funny.
Yeah, but it was. I also found it funny how he
Peter Parker's parents.
how he erased the chalkboard after it was already broken into.
I don't think that's gonna do anything now. But okay.
Gotta hide the evidence.
Yes.
Someone already took a picture of it.
Yeah, that was funny. Oh no! I have a giant negative about this movie. Bing.
Yeah, they used Bing.
Yeah.
God
Who
damn it.
uses Bing? That's why his parents died. They used Bing.
They died of Bing.
Yeah. Sprite cranberry.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought his parents were just. It was interesting to like be like, hey, look, he has parents. Unlike in the first one, where like they never mentioned what happened to his parents. So I thought that was at least something. I don't like how it's just there. It's just like, oh, he's parents. It's like, yeah, no fucking shit, he has parents. But like it was a mystery. Yeah, like it was like a mystery, but like I guess goes somewhere in the next one. But like wasn't really that much. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But I thought it was okay. I guess.
Yeah. I think that was all my positives, and I think I only have one mixed. So I'll let you go first.
Cool. All right. My only mix I had was like the lizard and stuff. Like he was just. It was fine.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Connors was a positive. Like I liked him a lot.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing about like him like his arm and stuff. Like when he was like looking in the mirror, he's like, "Ooh, I want 2 arms." Like,
that was funny.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I was looking at it for a minute. I'm like, wait, is that?
Ooh,
I got 2 arms.
Yeah, like that was pretty funny. And all that stuff I thought he was cool. Again, the lizard himself was just I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, and I do like how he didn't die. Like I'm glad they didn't kill him at the end. Like he just got put in jail. It was weird in that post-credit scene where like some fucking robed dude shows up and then disappears. It was like, what the fuck?
Like, I don't know if that was in his head or if it was like some super stealthy dude.
Yeah, because like I don't remember much of the second one.
Neither do I.
But I know that the lizard's in it. I'm pretty sure. Like I think he's in jail. Like I think they just show him in jail. But in this one, he did have like kind of like the Green Goblin thing, where like he was hearing like what the lizard was saying. So I'm thinking it's like, was that like?
Yeah, that's the only reason I thought it was in his head because you know, like it makes sense because he heard the voices before. Yeah, and he was kind of saying the same things. Yeah, and it had that echo to it, so you couldn't really tell if he was in the room or if it was in his head.
Yeah, but it was just still fucking weird. It's like. Huh? Like, dude is like in a cloak. He's like, ho.
And then puts a
Spider-Man.
hat on and fucking disappears.
It's
like,
huh? Shit, what the fuck? And I don't think that ever goes anywhere. So it's like, what the
I
what's the
honestly
point
don't
of that?
remember if it does.
Yeah, so that was really weird. But
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that was whack. But yeah, what mix do you have?
I had Aunt May as a mix because I mean she was good. She like obviously cared about him and stuff, but she wasn't a badass like Aunt May in the first Spider-Man.
Yeah.
She couldn't fight off Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really a mix. It's just more funny, but
yeah.
Aunt May, she did a really good job in this one too.
I had her in negative for me though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I thought she did a good job just because she actually cared about him and.
Yeah, I thought her acting was fine.
Oh,
it's just I didn't like what they. She didn't really do much in the movie.
No, she didn't do much, but she was there as emotional support.
Yeah, like I just had her in negative because like. If my, like, nephew kept coming home super late, beat the fuck up every night, I'd be like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? But she's just like, oh, they're there. What are you doing? You're not gonna... Okay, just don't tell me.
Give me the eggs.
Yeah, I know. It's like, hey, maybe ask what the fuck... And there's a point where, like, she was listening to like the news or something, and it was like, oh, Spider-Man just fought this motherfucker, and then she like was like looking at poor Peter like, wait a minute, but, like yeah, but like that never went anywhere.
I
think
they didn't show it as saying, or like her saying, oh, I know that you're Spider-Man, but I think she did know.
And that if she did know, that would make a lot more sense to me. But like it was just the fact that she's like, oh, they're there, and he's like, I had a rough day. It's like.
I think that point she knew.
Yeah.
But before that she didn't. So it's kind of still weird.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the point when he came home after getting hit by the bus like 15 times.
Yeah.
She was actually concerned, but when he came home after like after the lizard battle. Yeah. She was like, "Oh, yeah, a rough day. Here's the fucking eggs."
Yeah, it's like, okay.
Yeah, I think she knew at that point, and
I
it
hope
would make
so.
more sense.
Yeah.
But if she didn't, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, why would, like they should have at least shown a scene of her being like putting two and two together or something. Because it was just so weird. Because again, like if I came home like beat up every night, my parents would beat the shit out of me and be like, "Hey, why are you beat up? What the hell? Where were you?"
Gets beats up more.
That's how my parents would be.
But I think the scene where she's watching the news and then looks over at him, I think that's when she puts two and two together.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, but again, it doesn't say it, and I think it was just trying to be subtle about it.
Yeah.
But
again, it just to me it was just like that's kind of weird. But
yeah, you don't get definitive proof that she knows.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I had.
Say,
all this stuff. But yeah, again, like so much better than the whole trilogy before.
Oh, yeah.
Like I remember thinking that the first one was just like the best, not like the best Spider-Man movie, but like better than these ones. But like watching this one, I'm like holy shit!
Yeah.
Like this one knocked those ones.
It really did. Yeah.
And it's just. Again, like we have a friend who thinks Tobey Maguire's the fucking the fucking goat and shit. Like he's amazing, but it's just like
he's not really. No.
And like again, like going into No Way Home, like I am glad that Andrew Garfield got like a redemption, and I hope that they do make an Amazing Spider-Man 3 now.
Yeah.
Like I think that'd be cool. Because everyone liked him in the new one, so I'm hoping that. They put two and two together, like, oh, maybe people actually do want this movie.
Yeah.
Because that'll make them money and shit. But it's just like watching No Way Home. Like, he was the best Spider-Man in that one. And seeing, like, him and Tobey Maguire talk, it was funny because I'm like, damn. Seeing you two together really goes to show how much better of an actor Andrew Garfield is.
Yeah. And then, so weird. Tobey Maguire didn't age very well.
No, he did. Okay, not to hate on him too much, but he's just not a good Spider-Man.
No,
like I don't think he is. Like I think he was a good like bully. Like he could have been a good like the nerdy Peter Parker, like the one that gets bullied a lot. Like he was fine as that, but like that's it. Like he couldn't be a hero or anything. Like, it was just, I don't know.
He was good as a fucking nerd.
Yeah, pretty much. Because every time he tried to, like, be heroic and talk, it's like, you just, I want to beat your ass every time you fucking say something.
Yeah, and, like, most of the movies, he's all in his own head. And he's like, oh, they love me.
Yeah.
So like he does it for himself and like the fame and all that.
That's what it seems like.
And then Andrew Garfield.
This is something else.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And he's so funny, but like
Not intentionally.
Oh my god.
And then, like what I was saying is like Andrew Garfield like actually is the hero type instead of Tobey Maguire, who just like I said does it for the fame and glory. Where Andrew Garfield actually wants to help people.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. Like he's like an actual friendly neighborhood Spider-Man and shit. So it's just like, it's just really weird, how different they are, but like in like a good way, how much better than Andrew Garfield is at it. It's just really funny.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like it is weird how they decided not to continue with his series. And again, I know the second one sucked, but like
I think that might have been the cutoff for it. But I really wish they had kept it going.
Yeah,
because
me
it
too.
was really much better. And if they had just fixed the writing,
that's the thing.
It would have been so much better.
Because all the actors were fine. Like, and most of the series would be about like Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone anyway. And those two are both amazing actors. So it's like, hey guys, just don't like take all the criticism of the second one and be like, oh, we need to get rid of these guys. Fuck them. It's like, no. How about you hire new writers instead? Because that was the fucking issue. So I don't know. It's just really like, again, I am glad we got Tom Holland and MCU and stuff like that, but I do wish that like they'd be able to continue with like Andrew Garfield too. Yeah. Like I think it would be cool if they reveal that like, oh yeah, like he's a part of like the Venom universe and like and like the Morbius universe and stuff like that.
Yeah, they also still need a Spider-Man for that universe.
Yeah,
so
and that would be cool if it was Andrew Garfield and stuff. Because like you can still have Tom Holland show up, and he's definitely going to become Venom in the next movie.
I hope so.
Because at the end of that movie, Venom showed up, so Tom Holland's definitely going to get the Venom thing. But I still think it would be cool to have Andrew Garfield get that too, or to like maybe have the next one be about like Spider-Gwen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like that'd be cool.
Definitely.
So, kind of sucks that like I don't know. He got
there's a lot of things they could do with it, but I think how many villains were in the second one? 2, 3?
3.
Yeah. Well, I think they put too many in that one.
Yeah.
But we'll see when we watch it again. But
I think it was 3, right?
That's what I remember.
I know it was Green Goblin and Electro. Who the fuck was the third one?
Well, if you said Lizard, probably he's in there, but I feel like there was a other one though.
Rhino?
Was he in it?
Yeah, he was. He was in the beginning. And then at the end.
Huh.
I don't know. Whatever. We'll get there soon, but
Yeah,
I thought this one was fine. And like I don't want to like rank it alongside the Phase 1 ones. Like we can combine those towards the end. Yeah. But I think this one's definitely going to be really high up there for the whole.
Yeah, I had it as an 8 out of 10 because it's really good, but it also has
issues.
It's little flaws, but it's still like really high up there.
Like I'll give it an 8 out of 10 too. I thought it was really good.
Yeah,
like
it is.
Definitely blew past my expectations. Like watching it, watching it, I was like, oh, it's gonna be okay. I remember it being okay, but like this time it's like, holy shit,
It's
this
really
actually
good.
is really good. So that was pretty dope.
It is a really good movie.
So that's the start off of season 2, starting off really strong this time. Other than like with X-Men, which is just okay.
Yeah, we got a strong start this time.
So thankfully, for the rest of the series, pretty much, we should be consistently good, I think, hopefully. Like, I know that most of Phase 2 is good, so the only one that's really not that good is the second Thor movie. But, like, for the most part, I think we're, like, good to go for, like, the whole rest of this phase, at least starting off Phase 2. So I think we shouldn't be miserable watching some of these movies.
I hope not.
Yeah, because, again, like, watching Phase 1 was just kind of painful a little bit, so
just a little.
Yeah, just a little. Like there's only like 3 great movies in that one out of like 9, I think. So it's like
actually I think it was
13. Yeah, actually, there's 3 out of 13 that were actually good. So it's just like but this one I think we should be fine because next week we're doing Iron Man 3, and that one I know is good.
Oh, okay.
So
that one's one I don't remember. I've seen it, but I don't remember it all that much.
much better than the second one.
Okay.
It's not as good as the first one, but still
I think
really
all
good.
I remember from that one is throwing his heart into the fucking river.
Yeah, it's like, oh, fuck it. I guess I'll die. Yeah. But, yeah, that one's good, so thankfully we shouldn't be in any more agony. So, I guess that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the beginning of season 2 of the Marvel Movies podcast. We're splitting up into like seasons, I guess, because kind of like a TV show, I guess, because I don't want there to be like when we get to like phase 4 to have to be like episode like 57. Like I don't want to do that.
Episode 500.
Yeah, exactly. So that way, just to break it up and make it a lot easier, it can be like, oh yeah, season 2 episode 1 and shit, and then season 3 episode 1. That way it's not like has so many fucking numbers. People are like, what the fuck? So we're gonna start. This is a start off of a new season. So this one will run from this movie, The Amazing Spider-Man, until I think Age of Ultron. I'm pretty sure, and we are gonna do Daredevil.
Oh, okay.
Because She-Hulk pretty much So
when is that? Is this in phase 2?
Yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna get to some of the TV. I don't know if you want to do like Jessica Jones or the rest of them or not, but I know we're definitely doing Daredevil.
Well, if they're all in the same universe, which they are,
yeah.
If Daredevil's in that universe, then all the rest of them are. So I guess, I mean, that'll take much longer.
Yeah,
to do,
but whatever. Yeah,
I think a season for each maybe might work.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. And so then it'll probably end with the Defenders, because that one, I think, was before Civil War. I don't remember. But yeah, so from now until the Defenders, which is either like 2016. So we got some movies and TV shows to go. So
just a little.
Yeah, just some. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and make sure to tune in next week for the rest of them. So thank you very much, and bye-bye.
Bye.